Hey everybody, Daniel from the Venza Dutch office. We got another reaction video. We got two newbies. I know how much you like it because these guys are the first time in the hot seat and they are sweating it. They are worried. You can see it in their eyes. Fear. With me as always from the Roswell office, from the Venza office there, Sean Shields. Wave into the good people. He's giving the opera man salute. Perfect. All right, let's find out who's in the hot seat today. We will start with you, Conner. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Conner Erwin, Vice President of B4Checkin, and we help secure payments, card not present payments, specifically for hotels.
All right. Conner told me earlier he's from Austin, Texas, so
that's right.
Jealous about all the good food that he has at his disposal. Good stuff. Tim, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Tim Thilleman. I'm the Director of Operations for MIS Computer. We are a managed service provider, help desk, IT help desk for all hotels nationwide. 90% of our clients are hotel driven. We have a healthcare industry as well as manufacturing.
All right. Good to have you as well,
Thank you.
Tim. So these guys it's the first time in the hot seat, but I explained to them how it works. I'm going to show something from Sean's book of tricks, and I got a question for you about it. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Shields. All right, so yeah, let's look at this article. Well, there's been a lot of talking about loyalty programs. I think we've already had a reaction video. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, but we've had a reaction video about this, and lots of talk about the future of loyalty programs. My question to you, if you wouldn't mind scrolling just a little ways down, I would stop there. Travelers now considering how to get the most out of their trips, local experiences, blah, blah, blah. That sentence, some hotels are expanding their tiers at lower levels with third-party vendors. My question to you guys, is it time to get rid of the whole loyalty program tiers concept? Threshold, getting people in tiers. You know, there's a lot of talk. I was at a conference last week talking about 75% of the workforce by 2025 will be millennials. Are the millennials into these, building up? Oh, I could be at such and such. I'm at a platinum level. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the tiers thing here to stay on these loyalty programs, or what? I'm having a nod from Conner. Conner, what are your thoughts?
I mean, for me, I think loyalty has gotten terribly complicated for the consumer. And I'll even go outside of hospitality for a second and just look at travel. You take Southwest Airlines, their rewards program used to be really simple. You flew 4 flights, you got, 1 free. And now it's, a very convoluted process. And I feel like when we look within hospitality, it's the same way. I think loyalty, depending on the brand, I'd say generally for the most part is delivered pretty poorly to the consumer. The consumer experience isn't great. There's a couple brands I think that are an exception. I won't say which ones they are, but point being, I think there's some that do loyalty decently well and the majority do it pretty poorly. When I think about, tiers and different levels, again, I think overall the whole thing kind of plays on ego, right? Like what level, what tier, what point of achievement have I reached and at what cost? And I think as a partial business owner, as an employer, it's hard to look at things that way anymore. Everybody is, I need to get from Austin to San Diego next week, and I'm not necessarily going to fly on just one airline to do that. I got to have the best flight time. I got to have the best price. I need to be able to get there. So I think the consumer's mentality is changing. I think a lot of the consumer loyalty to a specific brand is significantly diluted. So I don't see as much value in it going forward, but if the brand's brought back some simplicity to it, I think, it could bring some people back.
Yeah.
So,
let me.
I was just gonna say, are you impressed by me, Conner? Because I'm on Delta 10 level. So, give me any. Do I get any? Do I get any kind of kudos for that? Any extra social cachet for me? No,
Yeah,
I agree with. Yeah, I mean,
when
people like, oh, gold, platinum, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of, it's maybe a little silly. I don't know if people are into it. Tim, you're about to jump in. I
No,
cut
I
you
was
off.
going to say you're making my point for me. So the point is human nature, right? Because that's the business we're in, right? With humans. The point is that we're all in some form or fashion in competition with each other. I mean, that's what social media, the blend of social media platforms have produced, a form of, hey, look at me. In turn, that's exactly what this is all about that we're doing right now, a reactionary video, which is about let's actually find out in our human nature about each other, but then who is actually doing what um, with each other in that medium. Now you blend in that whole nature of the millennials and the aspect of social media with millennial-esques. How does that competition of human behavior blend into the new millennial environment? Brand loyalty, do I see it going away? Possibly, but the tier level, the SLA, the service level agreements that we look at, there are people that want to feel and have the need to feel important. Okay, that is bringing them into an important level. It's extremely advantageous for a business to make that customer or client feel important, and by doing that, that's allowing these levels to gain some form or fashion of acceptability. So if I stand I'm in Group A at Southwest, I feel important. I feel like somebody's listening to me, as opposed to just being a number and a boarding ticket with a specific row and a seat. It's like if I have that guest loyalty program for booking the hotel with Hilton's or Marriott's or whatever I'm booking, that I can have a preference to what type of pillow goes in there before I actually get in that room, or I could actually choose the room because I like the corner room because they're going to pull the fire alarm and I got to get out faster in the middle of the night on that one. So I don't think the loyalty programs are going to go away. I think the incentives are going to start to mirror what millennials are going to want.
Yeah. Huh? It's interesting. I mean, when you're talking, speaking about millennials, and they have the kind of, speaking from a Gen Xer, and don't want to, describe an entire generation with a single brushstroke, right? But they have the kind of fame of not being overtly describing themselves on a pecking order kind of thing. That is kind of a baby boomer thing. Like, who's higher? You know what I mean? And I don't see those in my life, in my personal life, that are in the millennials really kind of boasting about their kind of levels. It's a little bit socially not okay to be talking, hey, I'm this, I'm that. It's just, it comes across as
I also think that has to do something with age. I think life in itself, as you age, depending on your social economic level, produces a little bit of less pride and more humility. I really do. And it just is, it's a societal, we acquiesce to what we want from ourselves. And as we're youthful, we have very little to hold on to. Okay. We try to hold on to as little as that we have control over as possible. And as we age, we have too much to hold on to, and we try to let go of things to make it simple. So, I mean, we're talking a philosophical discussion. I don't even know if it's even in the realm of what we're talking about with loyalty programs.
Yeah, we've gone to like,
this is like myth and mystery religion in college. So
I don't know about humility, but as long as there are fewer people at the top and more people at the bottom of my loyalty program, I'm happy. However, I want to go back to the sandwich shop thing where you punch your ticket. So then, like, how many Delta flights and then how many sandwiches would that have bought? You know, like, so I want to see a sandwich to, you know, or maybe just a giant,
one punch ticket for all things I buy.
or a giant card that says on Delta, hey, 90,000 more punches, you're going to get half a free flight.
Right. That's what I mean. They should just give free food, Sean. I mean, it really all boils down to comfort, right? Like, oh, I want a free flight, or do you want to have like some free yummy food from first class in your, economy plus seat?
How hard is it to leave me peanuts I don't want or whatever, an assortment in that front pocket? Don't hit me in the elbow with the cart. And then tell me, I'm sorry, sir, it's only an hour flight with no stopover, so you don't get any food. Thanks for coming out. You know, that's I don't know.
Yeah, and it's funny that pet peeves become more as you get older and less when you're younger too. It's because you go through experience of what works, what doesn't work, type of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything to loyalty, but I actually think it adds something to do with the loyalty recognition and the brand loyalty recognitions and the programs that they're out there right now. And yes, statistically, and Conner, you pointed this out. I mean, there's a lot of people in that realm of travelers that are coming up that have a different philosophy, and we have to embrace that of what they're looking for. But I don't think you can leave out the others.
Yeah.
No.
I think there's some parts of me that are jealous, though. I feel like the younger generation is better at experiences. They value experience more than they value things. And I think if I could go back, I would have rather have not had a fancy car in my 20s and gone on some cooler trips and, live life a little bit more.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I think about how much money I spent on cars and the sound systems to go in those cars. And my son's generation, they want driver's license, they don't want cars, they don't care. It's crazy.
It's an Uber.
Chrome keeps spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, great talking to you guys. Thank you everybody out there for watching this reaction video. We'll see you next